Welcome to our retirement, folks. Oh dear. You see, that's hair.
Yes, I've had it cut, I think.
Nice.
It's stuck up there where I've been sleeping.
I'll show you what it was like when she come back from hairdressers. Oh, Pat's just come back from hairdressers to had her hair done. Turn round, darling. Let's have a look. Does it look lovely? Yeah. Brilliant.
That'd have a change.
Yeah. Looks lovely. Great.
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah.
I've had to put my
Card, yeah.
my big cardigan because it was a bit cold down here when we came down.
Oh.
Radiator were a bit cool,
Not
wasn't it?
only lukewarm, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Why it's not working right.
Well, you usually keep thermostat on landing, don't you?
Yeah, but the target temperature is 22.
Right,
And it were only on 21 and yet boiler wasn't going.
right.
I couldn't understand that.
I've brought it down and it's over there now.
It's going now. The radiator were only tepid.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's
And my hands were cold.
I had to go out and get Pat a
Cardigan.
So cold. Oh, I'm still.
Stop scratching.
I've had.
Were you alright last night?
5 weeks.
Were you alright last night?
6 weeks maybe.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, sort of. Oh. I know.
Yeah. Well.
You know that meal I showed you yesterday that we got from Mark's? That one there. Somebody mentioned a chef's name. He said they were overpriced.
They probably are overpriced.
I don't know how much it was.
Oh, I can't remember. I think it was £5 or £6 maybe.
Right.
Mm.
But I looked at ingredients and we had it yesterday.
Oh, well, very nice.
And it was really nice.
Yeah. The meat was very tender.
Yeah. And gravy and potatoes and cabbage. Carrots. They were all
cooked right.
Tasted like you'd make it, you said.
Yeah, it did. Sorry.
Honestly, it really did.
Mm.
And I looked at ingredients and there's no crap in it at all. It's all natural stuff. So,
well, all stuff you'd put in, yeah.
which is, you know, a lot of these, what do you call them? Ready meals are full of rubbish, you know, all sorts of numbers and stuff. But this isn't.
I mean, mashed potato to me,
it's tasteless usually.
Yeah,
but that were right buttery, wasn't it?
Taste, but that was just like mashed potato, wasn't it?
Made with butter. And...
I mean, I know we shared it, but we did both have a piece of meat, didn't we?
There were only enough for one, to be honest. There was only enough for one.
Yeah.
But we just thought we'd try it. Have half each to see what we thought about it. I thought they were good.
Yeah, we did. We did think it were good.
Yeah.
If anybody were on their own and they wanted something that tasted like your own made stuff, that is as near as you get, I would think.
Yeah. If I didn't have such a beautiful wife,
that never cooked anymore.
You do. Then I'd eat that. I'd buy that willingly. Yeah. Yeah, Susan, she says when she goes to hairdressers, she washes her hair first. And then when she comes back,
she re-washes
She redoes it all again the same.
Oh, right.
You don't know that, do you?
No. Not till a couple of days. No. I mean, it was. She cut quite a lot off. There were loads of little curls on Plush, isn't it? Look at all these little curls. Oh dear. I know it looks straight now, but I think once I've washed it, I think it'll go back to its curl a bit. Some curl, don't
Yeah,
you?
oh yeah, it does. It's naturally curly, all right.
But I don't go that often to have my hair done.
You don't.
£35 it was. So,
yeah, you can't afford that very often.
no. So, anyway, I've had it done. It's a change.
Yeah. Yeah, Sandra, she commented on what we're talking. Oh, I don't know what we're talking about. Supermarkets or something. And she was saying that all the supermarkets have put all the local
Shops out there.
butchers, bakers and all
Yeah.
that greengrocers all out of business.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
there's no proper bakers in Farsley anymore. There
No.
used to be a baker's.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you can buy bread in Farsley, obviously, but it's from a supermarket or, what do they call that little shop at the bottom?
Sutcliffe's.
Sutcliffe's. A little shop that sells all
That's a family-run little shop, you know.
Yeah. Vegetables and bits of things.
Yeah. I like
They do-
Sutcliffe's.
They do sell, as you go indoor, there's a little box and it's got like pot pies in and sausage rolls and Scotch eggs and things like that. But they must buy them in from somewhere, I would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But why I mentioned it was because she said that she remembers her mum used to shop every day
Yeah,
at the local shops.
yeah,
And
I
that
did.
is how we did it.
Yeah,
But how I said it was the supermarkets.
yeah.
It happened in the 70s when they introduced the supermarkets. But in a way, the introduction of the supermarket, although I suppose all comes from America. They'll have done it first, won't
I don't know.
It all stemmed from the fact that women, instead of, because women used to go and shop every day, but they used to cook every day, and housework, and it used to take all day to do washing and all that lot.
Oh yeah, without washing machines.
And it was when women were, well, let's face it, they just trashed the whole concept of being an housewife. That has been trashed. Chained to the sink and all that, that kind of imagery.
Well, your mum used to go out to work
Part-time,
part-time,
when we were
didn't
young. She would only work, she worked at mending room part-time until we left school. Or until we were old enough to look after the son.
Yeah.
But it was when women were encouraged to have a career and be like men, really, that
I thought it
all
went.
supermarkets had to come in because of convenience, because you only had to do your shopping once a week. You won't be doing your shopping every day anymore because you were both out at work all day. So they had to come up with an alternative. And then when they came up with that, they had to make food that would last longer. Because in old days, it only had to last a day or two. But when people were doing the shopping once a week or once a month, when it all changed to being getting paid once a month instead of once a week. Everybody got paid weekly in old days, and then they changed it. It were only salaried people, sort of middle class white collar workers that got paid monthly. Working class people got paid weekly. But eventually that changed, and shopping habits changed with that. People shop once a month instead of once a week. So all chemicals started to be put into food then, so it'd last longer. It were on shelf, it had to have a longer shelf life. And all that, it's all stemmed from one thing. One thing always leads to another.
Yeah. I think during war, everybody had to go out, didn't they? The women used to have to work in munitions.
Not land.
And on land, yeah. And I think women liked it. They got to be with other women, and they used to chat and that. Because I can remember your mum saying, "Oh, it wasn't a very nice job, but it was in other ways."
Yeah.
I think there used to be certain people who didn't go, older people, and they looked after kiddies. I think you went...
Would that have happened in America, though?
I don't know.
I mean...
No, I think England.
No, I know. Wait a minute. I know America won't get in bombed like we were, but
they
were still having to make... They were still making bullets and aeroplanes. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, maybe it did then. I don't know.
I don't know whether it did happen in America.
Like you are.
Eh?
I want attached to America like you are.
Why were I attached to America?
Well, you keep mentioning America, and
because
America to me.
3/4 of television programs are American.
Yeah.
And all our influences were never influenced by Europe. We're always influenced by America.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm attached to America.
Well, maybe you know more than we do about whether America
whether women were sort of forced out into industry to make weapons and bullets and bombs and all that lot, like they were here. You'll know. We've got American viewers.
Yeah. Because we've got this program called Foyle's War, and that's all about what went on in war.
Yeah, in England.
And detect how police force still worked and still did their job. And there were women there that got seconded to Bletchley Park, who did the code breaking and things like that. There were men, but there were quite a few women went out there as well to do it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
They were doing all sorts, weren't they, the women? They weren't just making ammunitions and things like that. They had to make up for where men had disappeared from to go to war, didn't they? They worked in trucking business and things like that. They had to take over deliveries at things and drivers and ambulance and.
But they had their own army, the women's Royal WRACs and WAFs, and we used to call them RACs, didn't we? WRACs, Women's Royal Army Corps,
right,
and Women's Air Force.
Yeah.
Whereas now they're all lumped in together now with blokes.
Yeah.
I don't
know whether they prefer that or they prefer to stay separate.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're waffling again.
We're not waffling. Well, it's you. You're nervous about. You think, oh, we can't talk about that. You have to be controversial.
Well, anyway, you people who are from America who watch us, maybe you'll let us know whether there were things like that going on in America.
Yeah.
People seconded into them kind of jobs.
Yeah, well, it was Pearl Harbor that brought America into the war. Was it in 1942?
Was it? For you were born?
Oh, well, war was before I was born. The war started in 1939. But America didn't come into the war to fight until 1942 when Pearl Harbor happened.
Right.
But they were supplying us with ships and a lot of materials. That's when submarines, German subs, were sinking all merchant ships,
Right.
bringing stuff from
into
America to England.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
That was at beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then we come up with sonar, didn't we then?
Did we? Right.
Once we developed sonar, then the balance
Changed again.
Yeah, they weren't sinking ships right, left and centre like the war when war first started.
Right.
Yeah. That's that. I've got loads of stuff written down here. I've been reading something by a guy called Greg Levoy, called Vital Signs. He wrote something called Vital Signs, this guy. All about the way we are, all about the way that it's all controversial, you'll love this. that squirms when I get talking about interfere. You know, Pat likes to have life needs to be a mill pond, all nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Don't make ripples. But I like stirring the ripples. I like stirring it up a bit, mate. To knock us out of us complacency. We're all very, just going along with life. But I like untangling the knot. Disentangling it. Yeah.
Go on then.
The living to a choreography, running down the hourglass of life. You know, that's how we live. We're all on rails. In that poem I wrote about
What poem?
Poem about and clitter and clatter on tracks that don't matter, to find your poor master's a shadowy Caesar. Clitter and clatter on tracks that don't matter. I was thinking of Rick Rack Rickety Rack. See the train roll along the track. When I grow up, I want to be an engine driver, and if I can't be that, I'll be a deep sea diver. That was Jerry Rafferty wrote that song, didn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah, Jerry Rafferty's song. Well, the Humble Bums. Was it the Humble Bums or just Jerry Rafferty? I don't know. But yeah, we live on rails, and it's like choreographed, just existing. What did I put? To escape the monotony of life, we are hardwired to avoid risk. That's true, is that? That we're hardwired to avoid risk. Everything, I mean, you know, when we sold the house, how did I get you to do that?
So the house.
Yeah, when I look back.
Which one? The Waddingham one?
Yeah, well, all of them.
Well,
We
if
sold
you
one.
remember, our Tracy reminded me the other day that Trevor had taken all his clothes and hung them in wardrobe in Parkhome, and mine was still hung in wardrobe on the day we were supposed to move.
She won't go and move.
Well,
I said, well, I'm moving in, you can stay here if you like. I said to her.
why haven't you put your clothes in wardrobe?
Yeah, I know.
I would just, I think frozen.
Frozen, yeah, exactly.
I did want to go. I did. But I couldn't bring myself to take my clothes out of old wardrobe.
I know, I remember that.
Oh, Tracy reminded me the other day.
When you've got to go, you've got to do it, go.
Yeah.
Risk everything to break free from this tyranny that we live under. And
I think-
do something risky.
I think I did know that if I moved, I wouldn't have to work again. 'Cause it were a smaller place, and you were only working so many days. Well, I think you started working so many days once we moved, didn't you? You didn't work full time.
Well, yeah, because we'd sold up and we had
A bit.
what we did. We had the money that we had left. The money that we had left after buying the park home, we put into the building society. And in them days, you got 6% interest.
It was good interest, wasn't it, when we were?
I think we got 300 a month or something from it. So we sort of felt like we didn't have to work as hard.
Yeah.
And the idea was for you to retire. But were you afraid of that?
Yeah, in a way, I suppose, because, I mean, when you're busy, I were up at 9 o'clock now, over at Colin and Joy's until dinner time, and then I'd come back, have some lunch and go over to Patty's, and sometimes I went into Colin and Joy's first thing, got fire going, clink cats, and went up to Mrs. Cooper's. I were busy, weren't I? And then there were our house, yeah, I were busy. But I were getting a bit worn with it.
Yeah, you definitely wanted to stop.
Yeah.
As far as I remember.
Yeah.
And as we said, the only way I'll ever be able to break free is if we move.
Yeah.
Because while ever I'm here,
which were just round corner.
from
Colin
Joy
and
and
Joy.
Colin. You,
They used to ring me up, can you come down and do this for me?
yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and they were, Colin and Joy were, Joy were an ex-headmistress and Colin were an ex-teacher, I think. And they got good pensions, and they'd about, had the 7 or 8 indoor cats that lived indoors. And Colin used to buy bags of peat, or bags of sort of stuff that you do in garden, and he'd mix it with the ash from the Aga, and that would go in the cat trays. So when they wet it, when they came out of cat tray, there'd be cat paw prints in ash on the floor, weren't there?
yeah.
And Colin were a bit of an hoarder. He used to stack newspapers everywhere. And
Well, they used to get loads of newspapers and sit and read.
Sit and read them all
At
morning.
table all morning, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah, they did.
And they never, they had these metal blinds that you pull down outside your windows, and they never lifted them up. They never lifted them up during the day, and so the lights were on day and night in there, weren't there?
Yeah.
There was never any daylight in there.
And there'd a lot of silver items that needed cleaning, and there'd a lot of this wooden furniture, and she liked it cleaning with wax, not spray polish. So, oh dear, yeah, it was quite an hard work day.
Yeah. But I remember when we were up at the pub that night, when we went dancing that night up at the pub, and I went to a bar to get us a drink, and a lady said to me, "Do you live in Rodley?" And I said, "Sort of." And that's my mindset. You know, that's my default position.
It's sort of.
I don't think of myself as living anywhere.
He's always been a roamer.
I know. And you're just the opposite.
Oh dear.
Oh, look at time.
I know. You can waffle away.
Oh dear.
Sorry. We get carried away, don't we, with ourselves?
Aye.
Yeah.
So there's only that little bit of film of you.
With me hair.
We're coming in with your hair, that's all.
That's it,
yeah.
It's probably about
All right,
half
folks.
an hour. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got to say goodbye, haven't we?
Yeah.
Let you get off to do what you've got to.
See what you make out of this video.
That we're both completely mad.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.